right, welcome back everyone. So if you want some funny, there probably isn't going to be a better game to play than South Park: The Fractured But Whole this year. I don't think there is, and it's just weird saying that because but whole. Alright, anyway, if you played The Stick of Truth, you know how funny a South Park game can be. They sometimes even break the fourth wall with stuff, and it's just like it's just really smartly done. They try to manipulate gameplay to introduce story as much as they possibly can, even though it's just more of a let's make fun of the gamer, or let's make fun of the devs, or let's make fun of a lot of this stuff. So they definitely showed that off a little bit in this section, and we're going to see a gameplay demo of the whole thing, and obviously I did a live reaction to it. So let's go ahead and take a look. So is Horizon Zero Dawn. So is Persona 5. I mean, you have 4 games, huge games right there that I'm really looking forward to. Snowdrop. They're coming out in the first 2 months, or 3 months, I guess.
The statistics are staggering. Urban centers are oversaturated with violence.
What is this? Is this this isn't The Division.
The wave of criminal activity has overflowed to suburban and rural areas. Dissolution of moral structure, international conspiracies, a
International conspiracies.
No one knows the source, and authorities are helpless in stopping this epidemic of crime. Civilization is being pushed to the brink. To stem the rising tide of violence and re-establish order, extreme steps must be taken. The question becomes, who will take them?
Is this? Oh my goodness. Yes. The Fractured But Whole. Oh man, I'm so excited for this. The Coon, right? The Coon?
Put together a trailer. We just took some stuff from Snowdrop and said, make cool trailer, and that's what it puts out. So that's kind of the way that goes. But
just kind of just happens.
All that scary stuff.
You
totally
just shit
true.
out cool shit.
Thankfully, the Coon is up to the occasion. And who better to defend the town of South Park and really Colorado and
Such
really the
smart
world
idea.
with superheroes or kids in superhero costumes. So, like the Coon, I need some help from some friends. Please welcome Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Of course it would be here, of course. It makes so much sense. It's their game. They're working on it. I don't think you guys understand how funny as hell The Stick of Truth was, and you need to play it now if you haven't.
I had it brought in.
Last gen though, so.
I know, it's an exhausting walk all the way from there.
Not on PC.
So let's talk about the story. Everybody wants to know what's going on in the Fractured But Whole.
Don't know yet.
Yeah.
In the Fractured.
Well, it picks up
You
where
haven't written it
Stick
yet?
of Truth kind of left off. You're the new kid. If you played Stick of Truth, you would know that in it, you're the new kid who moved to South Park. And so the game's really about who you are, and you kind of define who you are in South Park. But whereas The Stick of Truth was like a fantasy send-up, and you end up being the king in the end. And it's like the next day in South Park, and the kids have sort of switched up, and now they're playing superheroes.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, and so we actually
Really cool.
have a backstory that the kids have been playing superhero, but they got into a big fight about something, so they're in the Civil War part of their
kind of Civil War.
And in fact, Marvel wanted to call their movie Captain America: The Fractured But Whole, but we had
Of
already
course.
taken that name. So they had
Of course, why wouldn't
had
they?
to call their Civil War.
Yeah.
True. It's a true story.
They got the bad end of the
But
deal
also,
for sure.
You know, we want to get into who you are as this new kid, and the fact that, you know, in Stick of Truth, you really rose to being cool because you became king. But in this game, they've kind of switched games, and so you're back to being a douchebag again.
Right, so let's see how that douchebag was able to make it into Coon and Friends. Real gameplay.
Oh yes. It looks great. Again.
Who let this ordinary citizen into the Coon lair? Listen, bro, we are all superheroes and you aren't, so you can't hang out with us. Please do us all a solid and fuck off. Hey! Do not touch that! That device can blow up the entire Milky Way galaxy. Jesus, fuck! Mom! The new kid is trying to play with the cube of ultimate destruction!
You be nice to all your friends, Eric. Be a good sharer.
Good sharer, it'll blow up the fucking galaxy! Stupid bitch! Look, dude, we already told you, you can't play. You aren't a superhero. You don't have a costume. You don't have any superpowers. Freedom Pals are adding people to their franchise. We should be adding people to ours. This dork? Like, wearing a little crown? Does this look like a superhero to you? All right,
Oh
all right,
man,
have
this
a
looks
seat,
so
Dad.
much fun. It's like you're basically playing a South Park episode.
Not there. That's Mysterion's seat. Not there either, stupid. All right, in order to play superheroes, you have to have a superhero persona. Then you can fill out your character sheet on Kunstagram. Do you have a Kunstagram page? Oh boy, you're not
course.
on Kunstagram, huh? Well, I guess I can create one for you. Fucking unbelievable. Let's see. So the first thing we need to fill out on your character sheet is your class. You know, what kind of superhero are you?
Okay, so this is the very start of the game. God, this looks so good. It's such a smart idea to do it like this.
Speedster. Ah, yes, like
So
the
many
Flash,
funny things that
Quicksilver,
come out of it.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. That's good.
Wow.
It was really important to us to be
Please
able
tell me it
to-
comes out
you
this
guys
year.
To be able to really create your own superhero, so that you saw on that UI that there are a dozen different superhero classes you can choose from. You mix and match powers from those classes, and really make a superhero all your own. But what else is new in the Fractured But Whole?
Well, I mean, that's obviously. I mean,
Just like that.
I mean, it's definitely more of a. There's definitely more of defining your character and kind of in superhero movies. There's always like the intense emotional center that like motivates why you have to go out and fight crime. So it's a much,
Right.
as you can already tell, it's a much more spiritual.
It's a more spiritual.
It's a more spiritual game. It's
Yes.
much more about.
There's actually a part of it that I'm really proud of where there's a gay fish in South Park.
Oh
and
my God.
He loves fish sticks. And
Kanye.
the gay
is
fish
in this game.
actually
That's hilarious.
wants you to help him get his mother into heaven. And so you get to journey up and try to help this little gay fish get his mom into heaven. And you're all acting like this shit's regular. This shit is hard.
It was hard.
This shit is hard.
Those are.
I hope you all saw the Kanye thing.
Yeah, of course.
You
That's
didn't
why
see
it's
the Kanye
funny.
Thing, that won't make it.
So,
But you
There was
also
a backstory.
we Cartman's the one who's kind of in charge of telling each superhero what their tragic backstory was that
Right.
made them a superhero, and so this is what he comes up with for the player.
right, let's see it.
Who let this guy join us anyway? Go easy on him, you guys. He's had a tough life, and it's time they learned your tragic backstory. You lay awake that night, like so many other nights. You couldn't sleep because you knew you weren't like the other kids. You walked to the mirror.
Seems like they're getting better at this.
You looked in the mirror and you felt alone. And that's when it happened.
I need to play the
A
Stick of
loud
Truth
noise.
again, like
You swore you
tomorrow.
would hear your mother calling for help. You left your room. You left your room. Seriously, dude, just walk through the door already?
It's like a parody of video games, which is
But
really
then you
good,
finally
really well
reached
done.
Your parents' door, and what you saw when you opened that door changed your life forever, and led you to fighting crime. You were too late, because when you opened that door, you saw your dad fuck your mom. What? Butthole doesn't trust anyone because his dad fucked his mom, and he couldn't do anything to stop it. That doesn't make any sense. I know. How could the person you trust do that to the only other person you love?
Everyone's dad fucked everyone's mom.
Huh?
That's how it works, stupid. Our dads fucked our moms.
Oh, right. So does that mean your dad fucked your mom, Cal? Huh?
Yes, my dad fucked my mom. That's why I'm here.
Don't steal his backstory, dude. That's not cool.
I can see there's a lot of people that relate to that story.
It's
Yeah.
very personal for us, and apparently that does touch a lot of people.
There's very few people that can at least relate to it at some level, except for Jesus. So, we got that one out. So obviously that's pretty brutal. We've got another thing in South Park that's brutal, our combat, and we worked on that a lot together.
Yeah, the combat system is much improved from Stick of Truth, and it's
What?
superhero. It's a superhero game, so the combat is definitely the center.
Yeah,
Centerpiece of it.
it was actually pretty cool because us and the guys from Ubisoft, we'd come down and talk about what this game would be, and we'd go back to my house afterwards and play board games, because I'm a big board gamer. So we'd play all like my favorite board games and tabletop miniature type of games and figure out how to, we still wanted to keep some of the turn-based stuff because it really makes it easier to do story. And so So we just tried to do
Okay.
a big 4.0 version of Stick of Truth.
Right. I mean, all of those
The
sessions, it's a lot
4.0
of
version of Stick of
real
Truth.
clarity that comes from that. So what we ended up putting in is they'll combat space and time. So let's talk about it. First, let's talk about
Space and time.
You're
But
not
still,
restricted to a
oh, of
location
course.
anymore.
Yeah.
Now you can
Okay.
move to get into tactical positions on your enemies. Ooh. You can also move to get behind cover. You can push and pull enemies, but they can also do it to you.
Damn.
You can knock them into props and get a little extra damage. You can knock them into other characters and get an extra attack. You can use some of your powers like Tweak here to get over obstacles. So obviously using space.
Where
makes a big
are they?
difference.
That's hilarious. I need to play this game now, man. I'm like, you don't understand how much I'm craving for this this game right now.
Totally realistic. Next up is time. In the first game, your farts were legendary. Now your farts are so powerful that you can use them to rip the fabric of time itself.
Like Ghost Recon.
Exactly. Oh my god.
So, you can use that to rearrange the turn order. Mastering space and time makes a huge difference. I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it. Let's bring it out with big volume.
I just love the hilarious effects that they put in the game. It looks so good.
Yeah.
It looks so good. And it's funny as hell. Man, I've never laughed as hard as I did
Then
when
we
I
did
played
all
the
that,
Stick of
and now
Truth.
we do
And
the business part.
it seems like they're just one-upping themselves that much.
It's obviously been an amazing.
Okay, the Stick of Truth felt like the type of game where you really just maxed out its capabilities. But yet again, like, you can always get funnier. You could always create more memorable moments. You could always just create better combat as well. And that's, by this gameplay demo, that's exactly what they tried to do. So they weren't just satisfied and were like, okay, you know what, let's keep the same gameplay. Let's just, come up with a different storyline and the same kind of approach they would have when making their own, show or something like that. And the fact that they're introducing, characters and stuff from recent seasons, right? And it just makes me excited because it just feels like a more current and updated South Park, and that's really all you can ask for. Even though it does have some memorable moments from back in the day as well, and some really substantial and important characters that you can always introduce in a weird and unique way. I mean, that's what you can do. You have the freedom to be super creative and introduce people and not really make sense in a world like this. So that's why you could have a scene in the Stick of Truth where you're like walking inside of literally an anus of another human being, and see, this is what I mean. It's one of those moments where you're just like, I can't believe I'm playing this. So the same moments that are in the show where you feel like, wow, I can't believe South Park just went there and just said that. And I've had several moments watching that show, not only when I first started seeing it as a kid, but still to this day, I'm like, man, they're really going hard at it. And they're doing it with games. They're putting you in situations that you've never played before. And that's not, it's like, this is funny. No, the scenery behind you are just like, I can't believe I'm walking inside of this thing, or I can't believe they just said that. And that's what South Park has always been, so that's what South Park games are doing now. And it just seems like everyone over there is incredibly funny, incredibly talented, and it looks like you're playing a show, a South Park show, and that's all you could really ask for. So if it's not your type of comedy, I understand, but if you're willing to try out a game that has the potential to make you laugh for 10, 12 hours, then I suggest giving the Fractured Butthole a try. It comes out this year. And again, let me know what you guys think about the Fractured Butthole and whether it actually is on the top. It's hard to have a serious conversation about a game that's called the Fractured Butthole. It really is. It just sounds weird just coming out of my mouth like that. And even Matt and Trey were like laughing about it. But it just sounds like a good insult word. You fractured butthole, like, it sounds good. I might use it. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about it. Of course, if you hate me, you know what to do. If you like me, you know what to do. And I'll see you guys all in the next one.